wrestling with WWE Money in the Bank. It's also on Saturday, next Saturday, I should say, in Inglewood, California, at the Intuit Dome. Um, the tagline is "The last time is now," which has been like literally every fucking paid preview for the last 4 months. Well, 6 months at this point. But 4 matches have been announced. I'm assuming something will be announced. Um, one more match will be announced between now and then. But yeah.
I mean, so far, I mean, I think
We have 4 matches. Um, there's usually five, but I think last year there was four, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
see, one, two,
There were five.
three, four. Yeah, that's four.
There was five
So
matches.
one more is jumping. One
Yeah,
more is jumping in there.
but I mean, it wouldn't make sense to do this review literally hours before the show, even though we've done it before.
I
Um,
mean, we'll be there. So, I mean, shit.
yeah, as well.
By the time you hear this, the Chronicles is cashing in. Money, 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 money. Money, money.
Dollar, 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 dollar.
Bills, y'all.
All right, let's get into it. Last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Lara Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. If Lara loses, she will be forced to raise Lynch's hand and recognize her as the better woman, even though she's the man. If Lynch loses, she can no longer challenge for the title as long as Valkyria is champion. Who wins, Kaliko?
Considering I said Becky Lynch was going to win the last one. Oh, I thought they were going to pull that trigger. So that means they got to pull it now. Laria's about to go get married. Holla, Laria. Go get married. Go get married while Becky runs this shit. And Becky Bailey, IC title SummerSlam.
I mean, does
Book
Becky
it.
barely have to be for the championship? I mean, the story's there.
But the belt ups the ante. Because it's the four horsewomen.
I the thing that holds me back from saying Becky's going to win is that Lara has to raise her hand after the match, which is a whole segment in itself. Um, you
Who
know,
said it had to be a Money in the Bank? They could be on Raw.
I'm imagine it's right after the match when she loses.
I mean, hey, never know.
I I say, but if Lara wins, then nothing happens. Becky just can't wrestle for the title, which doesn't need to involve an extra segment of the show. So I'm gonna say what I said last time and say Lara wins, but it's going to be with Bailey coming in and screwing up Becky Lynch.
Oh, I don't see that. Okay, I get it, but I mean,
But you're going
I still sticking with my guns,
okay.
Becky Balboa.
Now we have Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. It's funny. John Cena wants to ruin wrestling, and he told Jey Uso, um, it would ruin wrestling if a YouTuber won the world championship, which isn't necessarily a compliment to Logan Paul, and yet he's teaming with Logan Paul. But I
It
like
wasn't like he wanted to. Cody just said that's happening.
like he had Nick Aldis ready to go.
pretty much.
Mm. I mean, it's happening, so yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like John Cena said, "I will gladly team with." I mean, he's like, me and my homeboy Logan Paul. He just like, bitch, what? I'm teaming with who?
Who wins the match?
Ooh, that's a good question. Mm, because somebody's got to take a pen. Hmm. I would think Cody would win. Cody pins C. Yeah, Cody and it's got to be Cody and Jay, unless the only reason I could see them having him lose is to make Jay a vulnerable person, vulnerable for the title match that's happening 2 days later. I don't see that happening, so I'm gonna go Cody Goose.
I say Cody pins Cena. Um,
It would have to be.
yeah, which will project us to SummerSlam. All right. Now to the two main events. The namesake of the PLE. Money in the Bank ladder match for the women's championship contract. We have Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley versus Julia versus Naomi. One is to be determined, which will be determined on Raw, which could be either Ivy Nile, Liv Morgan, or Stephanie McCool. I would arguably say that Liv Morgan wins that match. I believe you said Vicor is going to win that match. I don't believe Vicor is going to have a tag team match in a matinee tag team match, and then a full-on main event ladder match later in the day. But
Why do you think it's a tag match? Less work, my brother.
true. I mean, I'm not going to be mad to say that to see Stephanie twice in the day, but we'll see. Who wins, Kaliko?
The money in the bank winner. Mm, this is about as wide open as a field as you can get, right?
Um, yeah.
Because because here's the thing.
Nobody's really
Roxanne
attached
is
to anybody.
uh Roxanne and Roxanne and Julie are not winning it.
I agree. Agreed.
We can agree with that. So then depending on who's the sixth qualifier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Vakor or Liv, I don't see them winning it. So then it comes down to Bliss, Naomi, and Ripley. And this is where it gets tricky because Bliss has already won it.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes her out. Unless they just want to rocket her to it. But I don't see that happening. I see her and Charlotte going at it. Which leaves Ripley, Naomi. The question is, does Ripley really need the briefcase?
Well, I was. This is how I kind of looked at it. Because I kind of do have an idea of who is going to win. And Rhea is my first pick. Sim- because first and foremost, um, it's one thing she hasn't done yet. She hasn't won Money in the Bank. Number two, on Raw, she already proclaimed herself Mommy in the Bank. So, I mean, you don't say something like that when you're not gonna win. And third of all, if this was in any other arena, in any other city, I would say it would maybe be wide open. But considering that Rhea Ripley has won two world championships in that city, literally 6 months ago in that arena, it's going to be Rhea Ripley.
Oof. I mean, do we usually pick one or two with these? I can't
We
remember.
usually do our main pick and then our dark horse pick.
So my main pick is Naomi
And why is Naomi your main pick?
because I just explained it all. Um, Roxanne, Julia, and if it's the core, they're too young. Roxanne, Julia, and Liv, Roxanne and Liv are going to go at it. Cancels each other out. Rhea and Liv can go at it. Cancel each other out. Bliss, eh. Naomi seems to be the only one where it wins and it will further a story.
In what way?
Because keep in mind, um, her and Cargill ain't over.
Mm-hmm.
And I could easily see Naomi trying to cash in and Cargill is just fucking up her cash ins every which way from Sunday.
I could uh, I could see that as well.
And her beating that stacked match just yesterday, you don't put, I mean, yes, you could be like the athletic person, but think, I don't think you put her, I think she's my main, and Bria'll be the second, but yeah, Naomi is my number one pick.
Rhea is my number one pick, and my second pick is going to be Rakur. If they actually put her in this match and she's wrestling earlier in the day, there's no way that they're going to put her in a ladder match just to put her in a ladder match. They're gonna strap like her, NXT run. They're strapping the rocket to her ass. They want her, and there's a reason that they fast tracked her so soon. And it would be quite a story. She wrestled earlier that night, earlier that day, and then coming in and winning the Money in the Bank. It kind of
And
just
she would lose the Mexican match then.
not necessarily. When WWE is
I
behind
would think
somebody, they're
so.
behind somebody.
But I mean,
Keep in mind that she
the
didn't.
last person that won two.
Keep in mind she didn't drop the title and both titles at in NXT. She just relinquished it.
But two last person that won two matches in one night
Was
on two
Rakur?
different pay-per-views.
Well, not two different paid previews, but two uh, two matches up in the same day was Stephanie. She beat Jada Parker and Um, was it Fallon Henley?
Was it Colin Henry? Probably.
Yeah. She.
Yeah, they told you, man, they been rushing. You talking about they ain't been using, they been running her ass like a goddamn ragged horse. And you over here talking about, I'm like,
So yeah, she's my second pick
fucking,
if it happens.
fucking having 18 matches a day, and you over here talking about, they not running her.
Well, if they're running her rocket, at least
Jesus
she's getting
Christ.
W's. It's not like they're running a rocket and she's losing every single match.
Uh, True.
All right, so I'm Rhea
Yeah.
and Vakor, and you are Naomi and Rhea.
Yeah, I don't see the core. That's a hell of a hot shot. I don't see that happening over Naomi. Naomi.
Okay, and that brings us to the Money in the Bank ladder match for the men's championship contract. We have Solo Coca-Cola, La Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, and Andrade del Idaho, with one to be announced, which can either be AJ Styles, CM Punk, or El Grande Americano. Who wins Calico?
When El Grande Americano can qualify for Money in the Bank before Chad Gable?
Apparently, yeah.
Holy shit.
They're just not giving Chad a fair shake.
So that is interesting. Hmm. So I'm gonna call the final qualifier is CM Punk,
Okay.
which makes this very interesting because Punk and Rollins are gonna cancel each other out. Andrade versus Penta might cancel each other out. Oh, that's right. Because we thought Fatu was gonna win.
Right.
Number one pick, LA Knight.
Okay.
This this seems like the one he should have won last year. Except Drew won it and cashed it in, and that furthered the CM Punk storyline, which was a great way to use it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But so Punk will not. I mean, Punk can't be a three-time winner. There will not be a three-time winner. Rollins winning it again. I could see Punk being a thorn in the side. Um, Now, if Punk does not qualify, it then the backup would be Seth. So to me, it's Knight or Seth.
All right. So you're going with Knight for your number one, and Set as your second.
Yes.
Okay. So you ready to hear mine?
You better not say Solo Sokoa.
No, not Solo Sokola, but El Grande Americano will be your Money in the Bank
Boy,
ladder match champion.
oh,
El Grande Americano in the bank. This is how I kind of see it going. Monday, Punk AJ and El Grande Americano set fucks Punk. They'll set up some type of tag team match, Punk and maybe Sammy against Reed and a Breaker at Money in the Bank. Um,
why
Rollins,
would they do that when they just did that on Native?
because it's to give Bronson Reed a match. Um,
Ay.
then we have either a Punk or a Roman or somebody is gonna come into the Money in the Bank and fuck Seth up. Um, Solo's not gonna win because he's Solo. he's he's going for the he's going for the United States Championship. We all know this. Um, Penta's there for is there for the what the fuck moment. Um,
Los Angeles.
yeah. Andrade is there because of demographic. But he's fucking useless. Nobody expects him to win. Um, so and it would just I know I said this for the Stephanie McCall match, but it would be straight up hilarious if Chad Gable lost to El Grande to El Vikino at Worlds Collide, but El Grande Americano wins the Money in the Bank at Money in the Bank.
Help me, Lord Jesus.
So yeah, I think my number one pick is a one El Grande Americano. And then my second pick will be LA Knight. Because he's not really doing anything right now, and he's not in the United States picture, so it stands to reason that he would be in the heading up into the next you know, going higher. So
Moving on up.
moving on up. There you go. Alright. That will conclude our coverage.
Grande Americano, though?
If it was in any other state but Los Angeles, then maybe you have a you know, an opinion on it, but I think El Grande Americano in Los Angeles, it's gonna work. It's gonna be great. Alright. I think that concludes our coverage of our preview of Money in the Bank. I think that concludes this episode as a whole as well.
Marathon.
You're not wrong about that. Definitely a marathon. But we got through it. And if you have listened up to this point, you've gotten through it too. And thank you so much for doing so.
And you get a gold medal.
Absolutely. That'll conclude this episode.
You didn't have to break your neck for it.
Thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Play One Coffee. Join us this Tuesday as we interview Matsuko, this Wednesday as we interview Nigel Foxy Fox, and join us every Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, on Extra and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Where can we find Kaliko?
I am Kaliko. Once I get my breath back.
For Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust, I am James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Because it's money in the bank. Get it? No?
Yep.
See myself out.
I get it.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.